over.
If it flips over, you're a dead man.
The first idea ever.
That's it.
All right, but we're in an actual gondola in a virtual game here now as the San Francisco Shock and Gladiators move on to map 4 here. The Gladiators up 2-1, looking to bring this one home. San Francisco Shock trying to stay alive and stay undefeated in the Overwatch League by sending us to map 5.
We're going to find out Big Goose, of course, with the fancy footwork. Definitely expect to see more of that from him. And for now, just the Gladiators trying. Well, it's so tough to make progress on this map at all.
Oh, Big Goose
getting over
flank.
here.
Big Goose is on the flank.
Yep, he's looking for it. He's looking for it. Misses his timing though. Just barely misses his timing. You can see it though. The clever Lucio play. Wanted him knock him off the bridge into the drink.
He might be telling his team to let him get to second point so he has another chance at it on the bridge. Architect able to take down his opposing number.
Listen, Hex, you can't always have the highlights, though. Big Goose, you got to be like, hey, you're a team player. We get it. The damage dealers, they always get all the love and everything, but we actually need to win this. Although Roar right now getting snuffed. San Francisco Shock, once they got over the bridge, doesn't look like they're going to stop anytime soon. Right now, the Gladiators are a bit on the back foot.
Have not slowed down at all. Keep pushing. Only 2 kills on Eventful so far on the first point here, and it does seem the Gladiators are happy to give up first point. Don't want to give up any more lives in this, and they'll just find another corner to hold around.
Exactly right. So Gladiators having to give ground right now. It's been the main thing here with these teams. They're still working out the kinks, their ability to just decisively close on these maps. Not quite gonna find it. There it is. There it is. It was just the anticipation. Sleepy just keeping us wondering there for a second. All the transcendences though, it is gonna be the old Fiesta. Grab is there as well. Hydration will find a kill, and it eventually is going to wind up with Roar getting cast into the canals.
Nice play there, and now San Francisco continues to push forward. It was kind of odd. The Gladiators had pulled all the way back to the second corner, which is a much more defensible spot, and then walked out into the open and seemed to want to take a fight on the bridge, maybe trying to set Big Goose up for it, but Sleepy put a quick end to that, got himself a Transcendence to boot on the headshot, able to keep his team alive. It's been all San Francisco thus far.
It only gets more difficult as this map progresses, though. In these choke points, more flanks open up. Now more chances for Big Goose to get boops, so we'll see if he's going to manage it. For now, the Gladiators content to try and stick together as a unit. We do have a self-destruct, and Void is kind of hanging in the back right now. He could be trying to look for a positioning. Self-destruct goes over the side, though. That one is going to be on Choi. Instead, now the counter coming in from Void, not going to find any targets either. Instead, it's Sinatra finding the kill on Big Goose to kick off this fight. So far, the Shock have been doing a fantastic job.
Shatter does not end up sending anyone to the ground, but is going to force the Gladiators to back up even more. If they want to fight, they have to fight right now. Going to drop the beat and get into it, but they're still losing heroes.
So now we got the grab thrown in. Do we have the follow-up damage? Anything here to do? No, Void, you need the self-destruct. It's not just landing on him that's going to smush him, right? Not in this game, at least. Super and Sleepy, though, going ham, and it's the Gladiators just getting wiped out at this point. San Francisco Shock. 3.5 minutes on the clock, and it's looking like they're going to pick up the second point.
Counter grab. The Los Angeles Gladiators threw everything they had into that fight. They lost someone early and then decided to use ults at a desperation hold there. Unable to do it. 15-1 is the score at eliminations, obviously in favor of the San Francisco Shock.
A very one-sided affair. Curious if the scrims have been looking a bit squiffy here for Gladiators on this map in particular. It's not the level that we've seen so far in this match. Not looking quite comfortable.
They're in trouble right now. They don't have any ultimates to work with. They're going to try to defend out here and maybe get another chance, but it's so rare to see people really have this kind of blazing fast time on Rialto. There's so many good defensive strongholds.
Exactly right. It makes me wonder just how much prac Gladiators have been getting in on this map, because right now, Shock, they're just steamrolling. They're getting very close to the end here. Not something we get to see too often on this map. In San Francisco, they've got all the tools. The Shatter here on Super. Hunting for targets. We've got the rally up on Architect. It looks like Super wants to take a poke. A little bit of the aggro play from him. Rally used by Hydration, getting everybody beefed up, and the self-destruct thrown in. Not going to find any kills. Doesn't find a shield either, and so right now, it's the Shock just kind of waiting patiently.
It can be very difficult to try to push into this last point. Not a whole lot of great flanks. It's just that one choke, so you're going to be eating fire strikes, and Zarya beams as well trying to come in, so they're just going to rally up, try to go.
He's getting it. Oh, there it is. That's huge. Choyoban gets it with the D-Matrix. No grab. Just play for the Gladiators. Surefour gets it done the old-fashioned way, though. Still melts Sinatra.
That's rough, because Sinatra had grab. They wanted to counter-grab that one, and with those 2 kills, it seems like the Gladiators are back to the drawing board. Brigida stayed behind. They don't know that she's there. They're going to try the back cap.
Does it work? Does it work? Does it work? He's barely squinching it forward. He's doing it. It's going to happen. No, it doesn't quite. Hydration is close enough to realize what's going on.
Ah, now caught out. Architect punished for his attempt at the back cap behind.
Still, he did get it really close.
A
little bit more progress there.
Clever.
I like it. I like it. Points, but doesn't pan out still. San Francisco Shock, they've still got an edge in terms of ultimates. Still got a way through here. Very patient stuff from them.
Sinatra's up. He's got high energy. Going to be looking for a grab. You want to get the Diva out of her mech so she can't defense matrix at first, but sometimes you can also just find really cool angles.
Exactly. You can use these pillars to try and hide it from angle of sight. That super is already cut off once again from the team. 2 minutes on the clock here for the Shock. Lost the main tank, and once again, Gladiators just going to push them right back out again through the choke points.
Yeah, it's going to give them time to get their other support ultimate up as well. So now grab, baton, surge, and any combination into it is not going to be as effective as it would have been. Nice buying time there. They won that fight only using the rally and then isolating super.
Well, that's been the name of the game for the Gladiators for quite some time. Looks like they were a little shifty there at the beginning of this map, but they seem to be getting back to the core strategy, which is focus the tanks, cut them off, pick them off, and then that's the end of the fight. So for now, Surefort, long range, just chucking nades in.
It's also a good scouting device because you get an indicator when you do damage. Just shooting around blind walls helps you know where the team is.
He's got eyes on Choi right now. Curious to see. Does he know if the D-Matrix is on cooldown or not? Choi has been really holding on to it, not wanting to use the D-Matrix so that he can't counter the grab. That would be disastrous, but it is going to go through. Surefort finds his opening, self-destruct, knocked into it, and unfortunately that knocks Super into position to block the blast. Self-destruct over the top here, however, and this could be disastrous. There it is, Choi with the triple. All the damage that the Shock were looking for so patiently. A minute on the clock, and now they should be able to push this through to victory.
Just cleaning up here. I'm not entirely sure how they ended up getting that self-destruct off. Maybe Vita walked behind with the bash to drop the shields. No matter how they did it, finishing Rialto is something to be proud of.
That is not something we get to see very often at all.
Map.
21-6 in terms of kills. The Shock really coming out ahead there. A little bit of a fight back from the Gladiators towards the end, but it will be the Shock picking up 3, and that's really going to set them up nicely to push this to a 5th map.
Yeah, very nice. I mean, the alt-E was very good. This Diva play's been pretty exceptional. Up top, we'll see. Oh, it's a charge out. Nice play. Super with Redemption charges the Rhine out of the pile, so no shield up. Ironically enough for the Gladiators, and they get destroyed by a self-destruct.
Oh, I want to see the replay of the one prior to that, though. Because they did just boop Super right into position to save his teammates. So instead of getting rid of the Rhine, it's like, oh, thanks, guys. Thanks, we can keep fighting now. But that's the way things go sometimes, and we're not going to be flipping sides as it always goes. If you're new to Overwatch, teams swap, and now it's going to be on the Gladiators to push forward and see if they can pick up 3 points. San Francisco Shock will now be on the defense. In terms of strategy, it doesn't look like we're going to have any changes.
It is a very traditional 3 support, 3 tank map. It's one of the best maps to run it on. Not a whole lot of high ground. You're generally just pushing forward, and then there's small high ground, but the high ground is generally accessible by any sort of hero. There's stairs a lot in this map.
A lot of stairs in this map, you're right. Sorry, not sorry. There we go. And the Gladiators, let's see what's possible here. 3 points is what they're after.
Have to finish the map, otherwise we're going to map 5.
Gonna be control all over again, and that was a close one to kick off this series between both of these teams. So, nice attempt, not quite gonna be good enough, and Sinatra will find the first kill here to kick things off. Shaz, dead already. Big Goose, just keep an eye. Where's Moth? Where's Moth? Don't want to get caught out of position.
Gonna walk all the way back, taxi his friend into position. I mean, that one kill buys you solid 20 seconds before the other team can re-engage and attack again, so a lot of value.
Oh, they made it across the bridge, so they have that going for them. Don't have to worry about environmental kills now. Now it's just about making progress around these bendy roads. I'm impressed that that payload can fit through, you know, like old roads, man. It's kind of scary. I think you're going to scrape the paint off on the sides.
Luckily it floats and it's not on tires, because it's cobblestone and that's a bumpy ride.
That's a bumpy ride, uncomfortable.
Just brawling around the cart now, waiting for abilities to come online. Seems like both teams are playing kind of passively at the moment.
Neither willing to commit. Void with quick fingers there, quick reaction. Walks out the Fire Strike. And Void just looking to kind of drop in from on high, taking advantage of what little... taking advantage of what little high ground there is on this map. Point blank battle, and it's going to be the grab. Angle is found, but are they able to follow it up? It doesn't look like it. Choyobin was eating up all the damage with the D-Matrix, and now it's going to be the Los Angeles Gladiators getting some serious progress here. Shatter just thrown out there by Roar.
San Francisco has saved their support ultimates, though. The rally's coming out right now, but they still have the Transcendence and the beat. Meanwhile, Shaz uses Transcendence, and that is a clutch kill. You losing your tank in this kind of composition means you better start walking backwards.
This is more along the lines of what we expect to see on Rialto. 2 minutes left on the clock, haven't even made it to the first point yet. Struggling for every meter of progress, whereas San Francisco Shock are kind of just chuckling to themselves.
They've done a really good job of managing ultimates here, too. They've been very patient, not panicking. No reason to use those ultimates early on. Solo ult onto Sinatra.
It's just like eventually he will die, but that's not the case. Architect will be the one to get blown up. Counter self-destruct finds Shaz as well. Somehow these kills coming through. Super once again finds himself caught in a corner. This time, however, he will get topped up. It will not mean his death.
Gonna wait and not do damage to this baby diva. Call it a stagger effect. You don't kill her right away. Now it takes more time to respawn and get back into the fight. Only 1 minute and 20 seconds remain, or we're going to a decisive map number 5.
That will have been the story of the day. So far, every series has gone the distance. 5 maps necessary. 3 points on the last map as well. These teams, no clear advantage just yet, although the Shock are looking pretty healthy right now. A minute on the clock here for the Gladiators. Ult's coming online now. We've got the trance here for Shaz. Looking to see when he's going to decide to pull the trigger on that one. As far as the aggressive ultimates are concerned, though, Roar, the closest one to getting a shatter.
They're going to get grabbed right away, and now the Transcendence comes out. Super gets displaced, was trying to get the charge into that. Got knocked back last second.
Hydration with the clutch play there. The flail just knocks him offline. Sick plays, sick, and it is going to work out. Self-destruct goes off. And already Roar, the one moving forward here, slowly stomping his way in, but the San Francisco Shock so far looking very good. Just giving ground, playing patient, and just going to try and take the fight at the choke.
You only need one more fight. They are going to have feet to drop and a hammer to slam down on as well. Just rallied. Everybody is so armored up right now. Going to be hard to find a kill for the Gladiators.
It really is. Look at that. All that yellow on the health bars, that's armor. Reduces the damage taken, and now as the music begins, are they going to be able to pick up the first point? This is where it starts to get chaotic, and yep, sure enough, triple coming through from Void, the big self-destruct kill, and they will get a little bit more time to work with here, the Gladiators. 2.5 minutes added to the clock.
Clutch play at the very last second there. 2 minutes added to the clock, as you mentioned. That's still a long ways to go. A lot of cards to push before you're going to get another extension.
Exactly. It's going to get into that overtime scenario here, because as soon as they get stalled out, you can see San Francisco Shock obviously want to take a fight early. Just moving in. And so, there we go. Progress halted. Shock in position, and now the Gladiators, once again, we turn into the staring match. I feel like this is the good, the bad, and the ugly. But where is the grave? Where is the grave for them to drop into?
Super goes down first, which has been a theme of every fight that the San Francisco Shock have lost, isolated, and deleted. Sleepy will fall soon after, and the Gladiators will continue to push onward.
Solid work. And Big Goose even holding on to the sound barrier. We have those key ultimates here. So the Gladiators doing a good job of managing ults. San Francisco looking to do the same, but both of the support ults, the big ones at least, out of it. Architect, though, will have rally. So now is going to be the next fight right in the bend. And San Francisco Shock, all they need to do is just stall it. Just take your time. Really force Gladiators to be the ones to make the move.
Yeah, Sinatra's trying to take this high ground here, which is a great position for the Zarya. No one can really do a whole lot about it. So in maps where you see a position where Soldier 76 usually would be, in a 3-tank, 3-support meta, Zarya's filling that role.
Yep, and there we go. Gladiators, they have to make progress. They have to move forward here, and so they're kind of trading positions now. Nice move there from Big Goose, knocking him out of position. Sinatra cut off from the rest of his team. Super not getting the support. He does somehow survive, gets his shield up in time, and they're so close now to picking up the second point with the grabs going down. Now the self-destruct combos, one after the other. Sleepy takes down Hydration with a headshot. But we do not look like we're going to be getting any of the big self-destruct kills. Shaz caught in the corner, not the place you want to be. And then he's put in it. Not going to help him though. Roar is gone and 30 seconds on the clock here for the Gladiators, but it is not looking likely.
It's going to be interesting to see where the Gladiators try to attack from and if they're even going to get a chance, because I think this is smart from San Francisco, pushing them all the way back. It's a long walk to get to the payload right now. They might try to have to cut through the house. Time's running out though, 10 seconds. Gladiators have ultimates ready to go. Need to everybody smash Q at the same time.
They need to sprint. They need to sprint right now. Self-destruct just not quite gonna do it. Even if Roar is gonna get the charge, Super way out in the middle of nowhere. Big opportunity now for the Gladiators. Big goes the hero, touches the card at the last possible second. Team nearly lost there, but they will succeed in rallying, and Gladiators once again at the very end will find the second points. This is nuts.
90 seconds remain. Another clutch play at the end to get themselves onto that payload. The Gladiators are not done on this map yet. Only with a minute 20 though. They might just have one fight here because reinforcement time is so long from spawn. So San Francisco could wait, play patient, and only take one fight.
So close though. But you're right, they do have to just play the corners here, San Francisco Shock. Hang back, the onus is on the Gladiators. Third point is necessary for them. They've got it 60 seconds, you just heard it, so now it's all or nothing. Shaz has got the trance online. And Sureforce got the grab. We've seen some big grabs out of him so far.
Cheeky rotation, but San Francisco Shock is aware of it. Grab, catches, free, self-destruct is
there's the
coming down
trance.
now.
Proper delay, big ghost gonna go boom, he's out of it. Can be able to run his way back in here fairly quickly though. The Shatter is online for Super. He sees his opportunity, but has to go for the shield. Perfectly timed self-destruct. Not going to allow for a follow-up, and the Gladiators not out of this. Super getting caught yet again. But Sinatra trading with Surefor. A lot of damage now gone here for the Gladiators.
Super's getting discorded constantly. The moment that shield's down, they put the Discord orb on him, and then they never take it off and put it on someone else. He's getting chased down with that Discord. He's been sitting at like 100 health, it feels, all game.
Well, 4 seconds. Now this is it, the final fight for the Gladiators. Can they tie it up, or will we be going to a map 5? Roar taking position, scouting it. Moth just flying around up high in the rafters. Perfect place for Lucio to be. He doesn't have to worry about coming down anytime soon.
A stirring contest. Ultimates now coming online for supports on both sides of things. This one's going to take a little bit. A lot of sustain on the field. Graviton Surge up for Sinatra.
There it is, the opening. Perhaps. Grab gets thrown in. Sureforce got a grab of his own. Could decide to put it in. Yes, he will. Both of these teams grouped up, gathered. Sound barriers are in. Los Angeles Gladiators, though, delayed there. It's just a second longer, and that's going to pay off. Sinatra and Super both dead. The Gladiators, this might be a theme. Third time's the charm. They might pull it off. Self-destruct thrown in by Choyobin, but they will have the shields necessary to cancel it out, and it's looking good here for the Gladiators. Moth doing the best he can, but it's not going to be enough. Tied up at the end, 3-3. The Gladiators.
Perhaps a little bit of ult mismanagement at the end from San Francisco. They used both of their Transcendence early. After that Transcendence was fading away, then you saw them get Graviton, forces out the beat, and now you don't have the sustainability. And that is a keyboard.
Yeah.
Broken on purpose. That's not just me after I'm playing against Genji.
No, he just snapped it. He just snapped it. He was like, actually, it's not going to fit on this desk. Hold on, let me take care of that. The big plays is the Gladiators, again, all of those points.
Clutch it out at the 12th hour there. Now you see the time bank difference, not so much. 155 for San Francisco. Despite a much better defense. The overtime rules are a little bit interesting, so we give a minute to the Gladiators on their attempt. 155, I think that's kind of negligible.
Well, minute is what they have to work with. 20 seconds on the clock. Doesn't look like any team is willing to change up the strategy. And why would they? I mean, they've succeeded. Gladiators have cut it a bit closer, but both teams have succeeded.
Yeah. The old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So the D.Va players, 9 self-destruct kills. They got to pump those numbers up, Hex. They got to pump those numbers up. I don't know if I approve.
You're quite the self-destruct connoisseur.
Indeed.
All right, here we go. Sticking on the cart. Just going to be about it. We'll see if anyone goes for a flanking Lucio. Not going to be the play. I mean, Big Goose is always flanking, but
just so far up there. You can really get that height with the Lucio. I mean, it's a map that's pretty much made for him. Get in there, and now progress. Let's see, Gladiators. 30 seconds counting down, and this is going to be it. They need to stay alive at all costs on the cart. Taking just a little bit of damage right now. It's a bit of a tickle fight. Neither team obviously wanting to take the big risk, although as I say that, they're willing to trade it, but good positioning here from San Francisco, sticking together. Thing is that Void stayed on top, and with that high ground, he's able to pump out the damage. Choyobin takes advantage of that and loses his mech.
Yeah, big rotation comes in from the Gladiators, and then they put the San Francisco Shock in an odd position, but with Roar going down, San Francisco's gonna start cleaning up kills. No shield to protect them.
Nowhere to hide. Sinatra now fully pumped up on energy as well. He's going to be melting people. Transcendence has been used by Shaz, and Roar has got the Shatter online. Doesn't waste any time in using it, but that's not going to save his team. Hydration and Shaz, Roar, everybody dying on the Gladiator side, and this is where the party ends. The Gladiators, all they could do. San Francisco Shock with a solid hold on the first point.
That was a really nice attempt at the rotation, but San Francisco's been very good on their communication, calling these rotations, calling their comms, and knowing where to be so that they're not caught off guard. Nice play there.
Thought for a second it was going to work out with Void on the high ground there. So now we're worrying about shields, just pumping damage. They're getting low on the Shock side, but there was just no kills.
Yeah, D.Va just doesn't do enough damage. Yeah, she can't. Then she'd be completely broken. Yeah. So you're sitting up there tickling, but against a composition of these high health pools and all of the healing on the ground, it's just never going to be enough, even with micro missile ability.
Void looking a little frustrated with the situation. Now it's about keeping their cool. They know that they can shut them down. Still, 2 minutes. It's a lot of time here for San Francisco Shock to push that payload not that far. Maybe we'll see him stick to it, though. I highly doubt it, but the Roadhog from Architect, that would be funny. Maybe going for the sleep opener as well on Ano. See that every now and again.
Yeah, why not? Get a pick. Put someone to sleep. You might just be trying to mess with the Lucio, too. He's always going to be kind of jumping around in weird spots, thinking he's invincible.
Well, what's interesting here already is that Surefour has gone for the Sombra, and Void is now the one on Zarya.
Yeah, I mean, Ana would actually get a lot of work done here because there's no D.Va on the other side.
Yeah, nothing to block with the D-Matrix.
Yeah,
no
because Short-4 is onto the Sombra, that means Void gets off the D.Va, moves over to the Zarya. Huge hook from Architect!
And it pays off. We're curious about it at the beginning, but it pays off in spades. Surefour going to be able to fort his way out of danger, but what a pick to start. Big Goose is going to be able to run his way back into this fight, but they've got so little room to maneuver. His team have got to take it now. They have to go charging in here. Somebody's got to contest. Surefour coming in over the top. Looks like he should be the one, although Big Goose is hanging around now. He's back in this fight.
And just adjusting to the situation. Big Goose had been messing around in front of their spawn all the time, and now they finally find a way to punish it. Roadhog's hacked. He's gonna have to take a breather when he's done with this one.
I mean, Surefour is basically using him as an old battery. And I'm thinking Architect is actually just gonna run back and change. So at that point, Surefour is just gonna farm up that EMP so fast. He already got 75% pretty much off of Architect. And so now Architect is gonna get that Ana in.
It's a smart pick. There's nothing to be able to block bio-nades or sleep darts, anything like that here. Very smart play. It's something they've done before, something they're coached to do, to exploit the weakness in the other team not running a D.Va.
Yeah, good adjustment made. Surefour on high, though. There's the EMP. Comes online, focusing on Architect. Trance has been used as well, so Surefour is just going to throw the EMP out there, gets the silence, and this could be it for the Gladiators. Cleaning up. 30 seconds left on the clock now for the Shock.
It started so poorly, but they brought it back from the brink. Big Goose is going to get that boop, and that brings him very close to his ultimate. On the other side, I think Tank's also about to come online. Sinatra and Super both have Graviton and Shatter ready to go. Final fight of this map about to happen.
The moment, we'll see. Is it possible? 10 seconds sub. The hype music has begun. Scoping it out, but we will have the grab thrown in. Nothing there to stop it. Sound barrier goes down, but it's a second too late. The focus fire is too good from the Shock, and they will succeed in tying up the series 2-2. Hex, we're going to map 5.
Let's take a tour to Busan, which will be our 5th and final map. Why not? We're going to 2 to 2 to 2. It's been like that all week.
Get all the maps. Let's see them all. All the Overwatch League possible right after the break.